And hello to all my Libra friends. My name is Scott Sagent, and I'd like to welcome you in. Today I'm going to be doing your free psychic tarot reading for June of 2021. Today we are going to be looking at a four-corner spread for you. That's going to look at the four main areas that people ask about in tarot. We're going to look at your love, which is also family. We're going to look at your work, your finances, and your health. A little bit of everything. And we're going to conclude with a chakra scrub. That is specifically a spiritual health type thing. Sometimes physical health will pop up in there, but it's usually more spiritual. So pretty standard month. We're going to see what we have in store for you. The cards are ready. I'm ready. I hope you are as well. The cards are pre-shuffled. I do that to save time. What I'm going to do now is bring you in so you can watch with me. There we go. So what I'm doing right now are my ritual cuts. Basically cuts the deck into three different pieces, puts it back together in a separate order, and that satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Doing the same with this one. And then they're ready to run. I like to do that live and on camera, so it's just like you were here with me for a private reading. It's all the same. So here we go with the four corners for Libra. Powerful, powerful work corner. I'm going to spend some time on that. How's that on the picture? Pretty good. I'm just making sure we're lined up here. Okay, that's good. Okay. That's enough to get us started with that. Let me see a couple of these guys. Okay, everything into focus mostly. So that's what we've got. Now I'm going to go back to the wide angle and we're going to pick it apart. There we go. All right. Your work and finance are incredibly complex. I'm going to do those last so I can spend the most time on those. So we're going to start with the easier sides, which is love and your health. We start with health. Let's see what we got here. For health, a lot of you are coming out of this funky mental fog. I don't know if that was in May for you or what, but you're coming out of it, so that's a great thing to see. And then you're moving into this more joyous health, this area of health. It's going to be different for everybody, but the first card that I'm describing is usually like a mental anxiety, stress, funk. It can be physical illness, but it's usually not. It's usually more cerebral or mental. So you're coming out of that in June, so that's good to see for health. And then, of course, moving into the second best card in the deck is can't beat that either. So anything that you, it looks like a very powerful health month for you. So I would just go ahead and say, for advice reasons, that if there's anything that you're trying to do, adjust or add or even subtract from your life for health, for your health, it's a powerful month to do that. You can almost do whatever you want. It looks like a super manifestation month. You can just kind of really put it out there and really attract it in regards to health. So all things good there. All lights green. Go, go, go. All right, so now love. Don't get too... there's a couple different ways to read this. I'm going to try to put them both out there so you can pick them apart, what makes the most sense for you. But the first thing that's coming up is don't get caught up chasing the boss. It comes up as the boss. And this is a love corner, so don't get caught chasing the boss. So don't go after, don't date people you work with maybe. Don't Don't bring your work home with you in regards to love. It's probably the best big bracket definition of the word, of the love corner here. And love can also be about family, so this may not be necessarily a partner either. It shows that you have good mental authority in regards to love in June. It shows that you have good home and family going on too. So there's really it doesn't really talk about emotions at all in love, which usually comes up for more relationship type stuff. So this feels more like, not to say that we're not talking about a lover, but it's just more broad. It's just a more broad corner for you right now. It's saying, mentally you're fine, you're very authoritative with whatever it is, whatever your current love situation is, whether you're single, engaged, in a relationship, married, unhappily married, anywhere in the bracket, in the circuit. Like, it's saying that you're good in your head with where you're at. That's what I get. But it also shows good home and family. So I think that might just be more important for you right now. Or it could say that, like, you want to move your love direction in a direction of home and family at some point. So that's kind of the multiple different definitions for that one. You'll have to pick apart the context of how it applies to you. If you have trouble doing that, I have a specific video on how to do that. It's called How To for a General Reading, and that helps you pick apart the little parts that are the most beneficial to you, and so you can get little tidbits out of general readings, because this is general. There's a lot of Libras out there, and we're basically sharing the energy block with all of them for these messages. If you're looking for messages specifically private to you, you would need a private reading to do that, and I offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. So now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes section of our reading. I'm going to start with work and then go to finance. I don't think it really matters which way I do it. It's a lot going on either way. Work is probably the big one. Work is bigger than finance right now. Work, it shows that there is something's happening incredibly fast right now in June. For a lot of you Libras in the work corner, it's saying that they really want you to avoid a bad decision. A bad decision comes up. Don't do anything. Be super cautious in June. Be super cautious, because they're saying that new information is going to be revealed to you. So in other words, that tells me that this is stuff you don't know yet. You don't know it right now. And without you knowing it, you're not going to make the best decisions for you. So when you get this information, this new information presented to you, it shows that things happen very fast. And I don't know if it's good or bad. It's probably both, depending on what part of the Libra spectrum you're learning from right now. But something happens really fast in June with work. Please be cautious, just in case it is a negative thing. They do want you to avoid a bad decision. So just like I said, be cautious about it. Think things through. Don't be super spontaneous. Take your time with it. There's something new that's like physical new, something that like a birth of something that's coming up in June. The Empress card comes up, so it's the birth of something with work, in regards to work. So this may be a new work project that's coming up that has actually like started in June or will start in June, or something in regards to that. It could be just about anything, but it is something physical, like to the touch new. It's not like an idea or an emotion, is what I'm saying, in other words. So that's what I have for your work. Now, finances. There are financial decisions that have not yet been made. That's what they're talking about right now. So they obviously want you to start making some more financial decisions here. They're saying that you have not been acting on it. It may be an emotional thing, or it may be that you're just kind of not looking forward enough as far as finances are concerned. It's saying that like you're kind of cyclical with it. You're kind of stuck in a cycle, like you make money, you spend money, you make money, you spend money. It's similar to paycheck. It doesn't necessarily mean it's that tight, but it's that's what's coming up, is that there's a decision. So obviously, if they're talking about a decision, there's something that you have been considering financially. That's what they're talking about here. And if you haven't been considering anything financially, then that is part of the inaction where you need to start looking more toward the future, down ahead, down the timeline. Let's see what else they say. You're actually moving into a really nice financial place. It may not feel like it right now. They show that, I mean, the way that you look in the card is you look completely impartial. So I don't know if you're just impartial or if you just don't care or if you're just not aware of it. But it's showing that your finances are moving in a forward positive direction. But you don't look so happy about it right now. Don't know why that is. I think that you feel like there's a lot of people out to get you or to get it, or maybe you're concerned about the people under you. Maybe you're afraid of certain investments that you might, lose your return on investments. That kind of stuff comes up there. So overall, good stuff. There are a few messages in there and advice to hopefully get you to evade some bad decisions and think things through a little bit extra in the month of June. So now we're going to get into your chakra scrub. Actually, before I do that, I want to go over the moon cycles while I'm looking at these cards. Because what we have in June is we have a new moon on the 10th. That is when you want to bring something into your life, when you want to manifest that. What I talked about in your health corner, that you have incredible manifestation power right now. Right around the 10th is where that's going to absolutely peak. So beginning of the month, maybe a time to tackle something like that, beginning to mid-month. Doesn't have to be right on the 10th. Just, cosmically, that's the best frequency to do so. Anywhere around there would be fine. June 24th, we have the full moon. That's when you want to send something out that you don't want in your life anymore. There's nothing specifically here about that, but it doesn't have to be attached to any certain item. It can be anything in your life that just doesn't suit you anymore. It doesn't do you justice anymore. You can just work on getting rid of that toward the end of the month, and the energy of the full moon will help garbage truck it out for you. So consider the end of the month for anything like that. That way you can just kind of, you don't have to set your calendar to this kind of stuff, but if you use the energy, the cosmic energy to your advantage, why not? It just makes things go that much smoother, that much easier. All right, so now the chakra scrub. Clean this up a little bit, make some room. Top to bottom. Okay, let's see what we have. Your crown chakra looks really good. Your third eye is very sharp. Not going to spend time talking about any of those. Your throat chakra is kind of coming out of a funk, or coming out of a war. So I don't know if you've been either talking a lot or just using a lot of communication skills, but it has affected your throat chakra. But it's showing that it's moving in a more positive direction now. So you're coming out of kind of a stagnant throat chakra area. That looks fine. That looks fine. Your kind of a funny message to come up, but your root chakra is coming up like a blocked romance, or a blocked kind of like a companion card in there. So for a lot, hey, I read the cards. I do what they say. It's a lack of sexual energy in the root chakra is basically what comes up. I'm just going to leave that one there. The other one we're going to talk about here is the sacral chakra. It's saying that it needs to grow right now. It's kind of on an island by itself. They show. Well, let me think that through for a second. Needs to be around others. Yeah. it needs to expand. It's probably the area that'll have you work on the most. If it's something that interests you, you can find all kinds of stuff on YouTube for guided meditations and stuff like that. I will also link one in the description for you, one that I like. But the sacral chakra could use some work growing. It's just a little kind of I don't know the best word to describe it. I guess kind of kinked up a little bit, just a little kinked up. So we could get that flowing a little bit for you. And but overall, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good across the board. So I'm glad to see that. That is going to wrap up this section of the reading. I do want to tell you about the email real quick. Right now I'm offering absolute free private reading for you. It's something that I call a My Month. It's just a really quick couple cards. It's a short little thing, but it's usually very specific because it's all about you. It doesn't use the shared Libra energy. It just uses your own. So right now with the website launch, I'm offering that absolutely free. All you have to do is sign up for the email. It's your email, your first name, first initial of your last name. I think date of birth is on there. Send that off, and it's a no-brainer. And within a day or two, I will send you back your My Month reading for June. So make sure to take advantage of that. Besides that, we are all wrapped up here. I do want to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day. June is summertime, so it's getting hot out there. Get out there and have some fun, and I will see you all soon.